Everyone, I am Johndilyn Lindayao, so I am the fourth reporter. So my topic is all about reading the proclamations of the Philippine Independent. So ang Philippine Independence is is also known as Araw ng Kasarilan or Araw ng Kalayaan or Day of Freedom. So every year, the country commemorates the anniversary of the Philippine independence proclaimed on 12 June 1898 at the province of Cavite. So every year, ang atong country is kanang mag-celebrate sa anang Philippine independence. So in anang June 12. So every June 12, so celebrate ka as a Philippine independence or freedom. Indeed, this event as a significant turning point in the history of the country because it signaled the end of the 333 years of the Spanish colonization. So, ang kanang event, ang Philippine independence, is a significant turning point sa atong history sa atong country because kana siya kanang na-signal sa end sa ika 333 years of the Spanish colonization. So, interestingly, reading the details of the said document and hindsight is telling of the kind of government that was created under Aguinaldo and the forthcoming hand of the United States of America in the few years of the newly created republic. So, sa sa reading the details, ang document is nagtell siya sa kind of government sa kind sa government nga gi-created nga under ni Aguinaldo. So si Aguinaldo is mura siya ang forthcoming hand of the United States of America. And the declaration was a short 2,000-word documents which summarize the reason behind the revolutions against Spain, the war for independence, and the futures of the new republic under Emilio Aguinaldo. So, kaninga declaration, reading the proclamations of the Philippine independence, kay was a short 2,000 ang words niya sa document which kanang gisummarize na siya kung ang reason behind sa revolution against Spain and ang war for independence and the future of the new republic under the Emilio Aguinaldo. So, ang reading the proclamations of the Philippine independence is na siya kanaganing basahon ay kanang yahang kuan kanang sa declaration kun unsa. So akong topic is reading the proclamations of the Philippine independence. So ako ang basahon kun unsa ang first stanza sa declaration. So, taking into consideration that their inhabitants being already weary of bearing the ominous yoke of Spanish domination and account of the arbitrary arrest and harsh treatment practiced by the civil guard, of the extent of causing death with the convenience and even with the express order of their commander, who sometimes went to the extreme of ordering the shooting of prisoners under the pretext that they were attempting to escape, and violations of the provisions of the regulations of their craft, which abuses were unpunished and on account of the unjust deportation, especially those decrees by General Blanco of eminent personage and of high social position, at the instigations of the Archbishop and Pharaohs interested in keeping them out of the way for their own selfish and avaricious purpose. Deportation, which are quickly brought about by a method of procedure more accessible than that of inquisitions, and which every civilized nation project on account of the decision being rendered without as a hearing of the person accused. So, ang passage about sa passage sa akong gibasa is gi-demonstrate ang justification behind the revolution against Spain. So kato nga akong gibasa nga declaration ang kwan ato ang passage or ang about ato niya is kanang gi-demonstrate niya kung unsa ang kanang justification behind sa revolution against sa Spain. So specially settled are the abuse by the civil guard and the unlawful shooting of prisoners when they alive as attempting to escape. So, ang kuan ato nga kanang sa iyang passage or ang pansad ato nga declaration kay nagkuan siya o kanang gikan dito kung unsa ang abuse by the civil guards and sa unlawful shooting of prisoner na they alleged as attempting to escape. So, the passage also condemns the unequal protections of the law between the Filipino people. So, and also, ang passage ato niya also is kanagaling condemn sa kanang unequal protection sa law between sa Filipino people. Lastly is the passage also condemn what they saw as the unjust deportation and rendering of other decision without proper hearing and expected of any civilized nation. So money ang kani and also kani mao ni siya ang kanang passage sa katungag akong gibasa about sa declaration kung unsay kanang sa revolution against the Spain kung unsa ilahang ginabuhat. So the documents narrates the spread of the movement like an electric spark through different towns and provinces like Bataan, Pampanga, Batangas, Bulacan, Laguna, and Marong, and the quick decline of Spanish forces in the same provinces. So, and also ang document, nag-narrate siya dito na sa spread sa movement like an electric spark kanang sa electric shock and through sa mga different towns and provinces pareanang sa Bataan, Pampanga o Batangas, Bulacan, Laguna, and Marong. So the document also narrates the Cavite mutiny of January 1872 that caused of infamous executions of the Mali native press Jose Burgos, Mariano Gomez, and Jacinto Zamora, whose innocent blood was shed through the entrails of those so-called religious order that incited the secular priests in the said mountain. So, document also nag-narrate siya sa Cavite Mountain. So, in January 1972, nga nako sa infamous executions of Mali native priests. Kani silang si Jose Burgos and si Mariano Gomez and Jacinto Zamora. And then, the proclamations of independence also invoke that the established republic will be led under the dictatorship of Emilio Aguinaldo. So, ang proclamation sa independence also kanaganing nag-establish siya na malid or under sa dictatorship of Emilio Aguinaldo. So, akong basahon ang another In the town of Cavite, Video in the province of Cavite, on the 12th day of June 1898 before me, Don Ambrosio Rianzaris Bautista, author of the war, and
Start.
special commissioner appointed to proclaim and solemnize this act by the dictatorial government of these Philippine Islands, for the purposes and by the virtue of the circular address by the eminent dictator of the Samo Don Emilio Aguinaldo family. The same was repeated toward the last part of the proclamation. It states, we acknowledge, approve, and confirm together with the orders that have been issued therefrom the dictatorship established by Don Emilio Aguinaldo, whom we honor as the supreme chief of the nation, which this day commences to have a life of his own, and the belief that he is the instrument selected by God in spite of his humble origin to effect the redemption of this unfortunate people, as foretold by the Dr. Jose Rizal in the magnificent verses which he composed when he was preparing to be shot, liberating them from the yoke of Spanish domination and Spanish punishment of the impunity with which their government allowed the commissions of abuses by its subordinates. Another details in the proclamation that is worth looking at it is explanations on the Philippine flag that was first waved on the same day. So the documents explain. And finally, it was unanimously resolved that this nation, independent from this day, must use the same flag used therefor, whose design and color and described in the accompanying drawing, with design representing in national color the three are referred to. The white triangle represents the distinctive emblem of the famous Katipunan Society, which by means of its compact of blood argue and the masses of the people to insurrection, the three stars represent the three principal islands of this archipelago, Luzon, Mindanao, and Panay, in which this insurrectionary movement broke out. The sun represents the gigantic strides that have been made by the son of this land on the road of progress and civilization. It is raised symbolizing the eight provinces of Manila, Cavite, Bulacan, Pampanga, Nova Ecija, Bataan, Laguna, and Batangas, which were declared in the state of war almost as soon as the first insurrectionary movement was enacted, and the color blue, red, and white commemorate those of the flag of the United States of North America, and a manifestation of our profound gratitude toward the great nations for that this state protection she is extended to us will continue to extend to us. So, moto ang kanang sa reading sa proclamations of the Philippine Independence. So, moto siya and sa overall or the summary sa kuan kanang proclamations of independence Philippine Independence is ang proclamations of Philippine Independence was a historic event that took place on June 12, 1898 in Kawit, Cavite. So this event was kanang gilid siya sa ni General Emilio Aguinaldo, who was then serving as the leader of the dictatorial government of the province. So the proclamation declared that the independence of the Philippines from Spanish rule after 300 years. So this event is significant because it marked the beginning of the nation journey towards self-governance and sovereignty. So now let's proceed the analysis. So analysis of the proclamations of the Philippine Independence. So um, first is the Treaty of Westphalia. So is kani siya sa analysis of the proclamations of the Philippine Independence. So the Treaty of Westphalia was an agreement signed between Spain and the United States of America regarding the ownership of the Philippine Islands and the other Spanish colonies in South America. So ang Treaty of Paris is kanang was an agreement nga signed between sa Spain and the United States of America. The agreement ended the short-lived Spanish-American War, and the treaty was signed on 10 December 1898, and 6 months after the revolutionary government declared the Philippine independence. So, ang treaty was kanang signed siya sa December 10, 1898, and 1898, and pagka 6 months after, so the revolutionary government ni-declared of the Philippine independence. So, analysis of the proclamations of the Philippine independence. So, as mentioned, re-examinations of the document on the declarations of independence can reveal some often overlooked historical truths about this important event in the Philippine history. So, ang kuan ka ng ang document or ang declaration sa independence kay kanang ma-reveal siya sa historical nga kanang truth about kung unsa ka importante nga event ang Philippine independence. Aside from this, the document reflects the general revolutionary sentiment of the period. So, ang documents nga or ang kanang sa pagkuan sa Philippine independence is nag-reflect na siya sa kanang sa general revolutionary sentiment of that period. This is ironic, especially when renowned Philippine Revolution historian and si Teodoro Agoncillo state that the Philippine Revolution was an agrarian revolution. So kung mingon tahan kuan kana um, sa Philippine Revolution about na siya og kana ganing also known as the Tagalog War by the Spanish was the War of Independence waged by Filipino revolutionaries against Spanish colonial rule. It began in 1896 and ended in 1898, led by the revolutionary organization Katipunan, which was founded by the Andres Bonifacio. So, just aspects and realities of the revolutionary struggle were either unfamiliar to the middle class revolutionary leaders like Emilio Aguinaldo, Ambrosio Rianzares Bautista, and Felipe Buencamino, or were intentionally left out because they were landholders themselves. So the proclamation also gives us the impression on how the victorious revolutionary governments of Aguinaldo historicized the struggle for independence. So ang kuan kuno kanang proclamation kay naghatag na to og impression kung how the victorious sa revolutionary government of Aguinaldo. So the point is, every official records and document like the proclamation of independence ni siya, while truthful most of the time, still excuse the politics and biases of whether is in power. That's all.